ppdb.yasporbi, and today I'll be discussing how I've joined together with my community to be a force for good. Before learning about the 7 habits of highly effective people, I was the opposite of a leader. I was a sheep and a coward, to the point where even raising my hand in class was terrifying to me. But then, I learned what it meant to be a leader, and I wanted to practice it. I wanted to be proactive and make a positive impact. So, I assessed my surroundings. I began to notice that a lot of my schoolmates were struggling with their academics. To me, this seemed like a solvable problem that was within my circle of control. I figured if we synergized and fought with the end in mind, we would get the best outcome. Before putting things into action, I decided to make a survey to pinpoint and recognize the things we needed to improve on. According to the survey, one of the more prominent problems was how they couldn't keep up with all of their schoolwork. So, in order to prevent this, I made a calendar with all of the deadlines highlighted on it and shared it. I also chose to make a Google Drive and filled it with all of the materials we had to learn, completed with additional links to where you can study more. Next, to combat how they had a hard time understanding the material, I constructed a group and invited everyone, those who were struggling and those who weren't alike.
Every once in a while, we would hold meetings to discuss the material, prioritizing the subjects the majority found trickiest. The people who understood could explain and teach slowly in a way that was easily consumable, since we weren't limited to a certain time duration.
Afterwards,
We, along with the people who were too busy to attend, can continue discussing the material in the digital messaging server I made with designated chat rooms for each subject.
every student learns in different ways and at different paces. It's impossible to rely on one teacher, so it's up to us, the students, to rely on each other. I myself have benefited so much from this program because of something called the protege effect, where one learns better when teaching others as opposed to learning by themselves. When we're all together, we can encourage each other, and instead of stressing alone, we can collaborate and make a win-win situation. A year ago, before I was practicing my leadership skills, I would have never dreamt of doing this. But now, after the first step of bravery and proactiveness, my community can cooperate better and learn more efficiently. As Stephen Covey once said, we are not animals. We are not the product of what has happened to us in our past. We have the power of choice. That is the end of my speech. I'm very grateful for your attention for the past few minutes. Thank you for listening.